It's looking spicy.
Hey, call me Jammin'. Call me Jammin'. You already know it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice.
It's looking spicy.
Yeah, a whole bunch of spice, a whole bunch of spice. But if you may notice, it's a solo dolo. This episode is completely Mina Mendoza, solo little act. You know, I love episodes like this because I feel like it allows me to not share the mic. Nah, let me stop. I do like sharing the mic, but something about having the conversations to yourself, having your opinions. Of course, I respect the opinions that come into the check-in, but, you know, it's just I get to talk about what I want to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode with me. First, yes, that part. So the first thing I want to do is definitely show love to Sally. Shout out to my mix. Happy birthday today. Yesterday was your birthday, but I know on Saturday you guys are going to Whiskey Priest. I believe that's what the bar is called. I've never been there, but I've heard of the place, so I'm definitely excited to meet up, with the podcast family, have fun, chill. And also shout out to you again, my friend. I was part of a beautiful networking event in Connecticut. It was the Urban Artist Showcase. It was sponsored by CBS News. And, it was actually a really dope experience. It was at a place called Elite Club. So shout out to Elite Club in Connecticut. The event was really dope. I was a judge, first of all. I was like, what? I'm gonna hand out trophies? We got trophies? I was all for that. But really dope experience. I feel like there was definitely a huge Latino community, which I love. I feel like, I love all types of people, but I noticed the majority there was Latino, so it was really nice. And from everywhere, we had people flying from Florida, people that were from Connecticut, people that were from New Jersey, but it was like a dope experience. I feel like every artist brought something different to the table. I feel like we had singers, we had rappers, we had people that sang in Spanish. So it was a whole array of different different people. So it was definitely a dope experience. I personally never been to Connecticut, so it was the first time. I mean, I didn't drive there, but it was cool. It was definitely cool. But shout out to Sully. Thank you for inviting me to a great experience. I was able to network. We were doing interviews. So definitely check out for that footage. That footage should be coming out soon, but yeah, you're going to see a lot of those interviews. I'm collaborating with a lot of the artists that I have met there. Shout out to Don Dinero. Just a whole bunch of people. It's a vibe. So definitely have some content for you guys coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. Besides that, other shout outs that I want to do is I want to give a shout out to the City of Garfield podcast. Shout out to Mr. Rigoloso, aka Mr. Riggs. I was lucky, I was honored, whatever you may say, but I was a guest on his episode yesterday, and we had a special guest, I believe, I don't want to get it wrong, but Chris for Strangers, and it's a community that he had built, a nonprofit organization where they're truly like helping people with like food, resources. It's a beautiful thing that they started during COVID, but he had both of us as a guest, and we talked our shit, shoot the shit, shared some knowledge. I definitely learned a lot with that episode. So that's another episode coming out. So shout out to the City of Garfield podcast, and also shout out to Bravery Studios. I feel like the connector of everything for sure. And I'm trying to think any other shout outs. I'm sure I'll think of them as I come. Oh, also shout out to Olse. So I don't know, here, just so you guys can follow him on Instagram, because I definitely want to give him his, his how you guys can follow him, because he does have amazing artwork. So do yourself a favor, follow Ose the artist, and that's OSSAY_THE_artist, and that's ARTIST. So shout out to Ose. Thundercat had a concert at the Brooklyn Mirage in Brooklyn, New York. Beautiful venue. People who have seen my podcast have seen and heard me talk about this venue a lot. So I'm very happy that this was experienced there. But Thundercat had a concert, and Ose and Marv were like in front. And if you look at the clips, because they have a couple clips and like content, Ose has this like painting that he drew and painted, and it was a do-rag, but a Dragon Ball Z do-rag. Really dope. And I've definitely always seen, I don't know who has not seen that painting here at the studios, but when I saw the painting, I remember looking at the reel and just not piecing things together. And that's just me. Like, I see things very quickly and I'm not focusing on it, but I kept seeing it pop up on my timeline. I'm like, wait, what is this? Like, what's going on? So I'm looking at it, and Ose and Marv go to the concert with the painting of the Dragon Ball Z do-rag, and Thundercat noticed it and accepted the gift, dedicated a song to Ose. And like, I don't know, in the moment, it was beautiful. You know, I felt Ose's energy, you know, and I felt like that was definitely a dope, beautiful moment that himself and anybody who was around there is going to remember forever. And the fact that they were able to, I believe you guys got pictures with him after. So that's such a dope, cool experience, you know, and like, I hope that major connections were made, and even if they weren't made, it's a memorable moment forever. So definitely check out those clips. They have it on TikTok, Instagram, but it's pretty cool. It was a pretty cool moment. So shout out to Ose the artist. The fact that you got your artwork out there, that's beautiful, man. That's fucking beautiful. So yeah, I'm sure if I remember some more shout outs, I'll give them all, but like right now I'm pretty stumped. So one thing that we're going to start off this episode. As you can see, the title of it is cuffing season. So why is it that they say that winter and fall is cuffing season? Like, I know why, because it's too hot in the summer. So it's like nobody wants to be cuffed up in the summer, I guess. I don't know. I guess to me it doesn't matter, but I feel like, I don't know, like during fall and winter is when like people tend to like fall into a little depression. And I feel like because the sun is not as out as much, so like you don't really get that daylight that you're used to. But it's like, you know, I feel like the world sometimes has issues with being by themselves, you know, and even me, like myself, I have to admit that about myself. As independent as I feel that I am, sometimes I fall into those, you know, little holes of like, damn, like I feel lonely. Like, do I need another person by my side? So I feel like because we already feel down, I guess having another person there with you, imagine you have depressed together. Nah, let me stop. But like, I don't know, I guess it makes it, you know, company. Damn, why did I think of misery likes company too? Like, I'm thinking all the negative about it. But I don't know, like, I guess like it just makes things like warmer, better, cuddle season, sweater weather. It's just like, I don't know. I think that people, and on top of that, it's the holidays. I feel like when the holidays come by, you definitely want to celebrate that with another person, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does, right? I feel like it's a time where you kind of have to show up with a significant other, especially like, I mean, I don't know about cultures, but like a Spanish culture, it's always, the guilt of not having a partner. Like, you'll have that tia or tío or grandma or just that nosy ass family member, like, y la novia. Or novio, like AKA, and the boyfriend and the girlfriend. They always gotta say something smart when you're single. And they do it on purpose too, because it's like, oh, I don't know, he's sitting in the chair and he's invisible. Like, you know, it is just like, I don't know. I don't know how other cultures are, but I feel like it's like an expectation. And then if you're alone, it's like a bad thing or some shit.
I said, leave me alone. I'm
Wow.
tired of you messing with me. Stop it.
And then like on top of that, maybe like, Then that's mad crazy. I'm drinking a Red Bull right now. But maybe like Thanksgiving, buying that gift or whatnot. See, like me, I got a puppy. So right now I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna feel the winter blues as much. And like I do feel like I fall into that too. Like I feel like sometimes I do get anxiety or feel some type of way when I'm alone. But I feel like us learning how to embrace that aloneness a little bit teaches us more about ourselves. Like, you know, like I'm starting to learn that when you get scared and feel that anxiety, you sometimes have to like really feel those things. And because we keep getting a person or forcing to do something, you're like running away. And like that's not helping or fixing the situation. You're like not dealing with it. So I know, as corny as whatever it sounds, like, yo, deal with your shit. Like straight up, deal with it, cry about it, feel it, and learn how to embrace that time for yourself. You know, take that self-care time. Do something by yourself. Like you don't always just need a person with you. So yeah, that part. So it's winter season, cuffing season. I think so. But if you're not cuffing, I don't think you should feel sad either. You know, learn how to embrace that part of yourself. New year, new you. And, you know, just be positive. Be positive. Make mad friends. That's what I feel like. Create like a beautiful community. Create a group of friends that vibe with you and what you're trying to do in life. You know, that's how you know you got to surround yourself with the right people. Like, one thing that I heard is that your group of friends says a lot about you. And it's true. Like I heard like, yo, if you're hanging out with 6 broke people, you're going to be the 7th broke person. If you're hanging out with 6 millionaires, you're going to be the 7th millionaire. Like you need to hang out with people that are going to uplift you and want you to do better and inspire you and give you ideas. You know, you don't want to hang out with haters and people that say, like, if you got a friend and they say it's a bad idea, unless like it's truly a bad idea, like you're going to hurt yourself, like have friends that help you take risk. And that kind of like, I feel like is a segue to like my next topic. I naturally did that natural transition. But yeah, baby. But another topic that I do want to get into, and you know, I was thinking about it today, is like, how do you know if someone is your real friend? You know, like how do you know someone's a real true friend? So no, for real. Because I feel like, all right, you have your friends, right? Like you have those friends that you can hit up for a good time. But like what determines a real friend? Like I feel like a real friend, low key, is like a relationship, but y'all don't fuck. Like straight up. Like it's like the truest level of intimacy without an attraction, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, like for me, a true friend is somebody that looks out for you and also like your well-being. Like some friends, like if you tell them something bad, like, you feel me, the worst response is like, damn, that's crazy. You feel me? Like that's so like, damn, like can you think of something not generic and shit? So to me, it's like a true friend will try to figure out that problem with you, you know, because they care about your well-being and about you not having, they don't want you to feel this way. You know, are they gonna take care of the problem 100%? No. But I love the fact that a friend will try to lead with empathy and try to put themselves in your shoes and help you. You know, I feel like that's the main thing. It's like support, help. That's what it is. That's what makes a true friend. A true friend is a person that supports you, that helps you, that listens without judgment, you know, and that's how you can separate the people that are like our haters or like people that are just friends with you for what you got. Like a true friend will tell you the truth when it's like some truth shit, not tell you something to deteriorate something else or whatever. A true friend will laugh at you. A true friend will never be jealous of you. Like, I'm the type, like, and shout out to my best friend Amanda, like, if she won the $1 million, I'm like, I won $1 million. Like, you know, that part. Like, I don't expect her to take care of me and my money problems. Like, I don't mean it like that, but like, I'm so happy for her that I'm happy for her. Like, some people be like, oh, she won $1 million. Oh, she gonna fuck that shit up. Like, you feel me? Like, people will be out there truly waiting on your downfall. Like, I know, like, if I won a substantial amount of money, I'm taking care of the people that are in my circle. So, I don't know. Definitely someone that doesn't hinder you. That's a true friend. Someone that gives zero hindrance to your growth and what you could be and who you already are. Like, that's a fucking true friend, bro. A true friend is somebody you can hang out with 100%. And again, like, we're not attracted to each other. I do see a little bit of love in the check-in, though. Here, let me open this up. I feel like sometimes a little granny. Sometimes I'm like, oh, how do I work this? My blind ass, though. I can't read the comments sometimes. But don't mind me, guys. We do have a screen in here, but Mina Mendoza is like super blind, so I can't really see it. So I'll get to your comment in a bit. But again, like, in the comments, like, if anybody's like listening to this at all, have you ever had to question your friends or like your circle of friends? Like, what does that look like for you? Like, what is a true friend? Like, what's your definition of a true friend? And what's a definition of a friend, you know? Let's do it. All right. Oh, shout out to Jason Enrique, first class, second place. One of the biggest lessons I've learned this year. What was one of the biggest lessons you learned this year, my friend? Talk about it. Write it down in the check-in. But, yeah, so we talked a little bit about, like, true friends and, like, what that makes in, you know, talking about friends and shit. You know, I want to talk about, like, nostalgic stories. Like, let's take a trip down memory lane and let's talk about the shit that we used to do as kids. So I feel like, I don't know, because I'm a millennial and my childhood was in the 90s, I feel like I don't know if kids still do the same thing, you know? When I think of kids, like, I don't know. Tell me if I'm bugging, all right? And Marv, you can let me know if you ever did this too. Have you ever, as a child, right? Because you know how, like, when you're taking a shower and bath, it's like that time when, like, your parents actually give you a little bit of that independence to do it alone. Like, leave you in the bathroom alone. I definitely, and I don't know why. I grabbed a whole bunch of liquids and I mixed them together. And I would leave it in a cup.
What do you mean?
No, for real.
What do you mean?
That. Marv, you ever did that?
What?
Like, make a potion? Yo, I know I'm not the only one. Like, mix lotions with other lotions. And, like, I just remember doing that as a kid. Like, making my own concoctions. I remember doing that as a kid. For some reason, fake sleeping. Yo, fake sleep. Like, for dumb shit, yo, fake sleeping. Fake sleeping was a thing. Pretending to be dead in the pool. That's the epic one. For sure. I think in every pool, it's like, yo, pretend you're dead and see if they, like, notice us. And you're just, like, laying there for, like, 3 minutes and shit. Just like, all right, let's not play that game no more. But play dead. What else was something that we definitely did for a fact? Man, this Red Bull's hitting, though. I feel like it also depends on where you grew up. Like, I feel like as a kid, my biggest nostalgic memory, especially like going to a bodega, because I feel like everybody kind of has a little bit of that memory. But to me, is going to the bodega and getting sunflower seeds. That was my shit. Yo, the cheddar cheese, sunflower seeds, fire. And I don't even know if they're a quarter no more. That shit was crazy. That shit was worth 25 fucking cents. That was the shit back in the day. But that's like the craziest. That's always gonna be a memory for me. For sure. So I see we got some love. Because also, bear with me, my friends, but we are also live on Facebook. So if anybody is live, and thank you for that, Marv. If anybody is live on my Facebook, if you want to definitely, have more of that interaction in the check-in, slide your ass to the YouTube channel, aka the Mina Mendoza Show, and you could actually be on the live chat room. That's actually my channel. So again, the Mina Mendoza Show on YouTube. Like, you could literally go there right now and we'll be live and direct. Find us in another way. Damn, I'm seeing a lot of activity. I'm like, hold on. What's going on? What's going on? But yes, do yourself a favor. Follow me on YouTube. There, subscribe to me, like my channels. If you like content like this, support Mina Mendoza, support your spicy Latina. You feel me? That part. All right, let me. How does this work? My blind ass. Yes! Oh my God! Piffy V. Yo, shout out to Piffy V though. Yo, hot ass nurse. She's a nurse. She's a whole ass nurse. But yes, Nutcrackers in the Heights, the Brooklyn parties. Bro, I vouch. Smoke every day with Piffy V. Yo, facts. Yo, it was wild because when I hung out with Vanessa, I was like 15 years old and you guys were like definitely like 20 or 21 or some shit like that. But like, she had like this purple car. And yo, that purple car was like the Barney bag, yo. Like the surprises that came with it. It was like wild. I'm surprised that drove sometimes. No offense, friend. But like, yo, for real, like being in that back seat, yo, a lot of adventures. For sure, adventures. So much fun though. So much fun. A lot of adventures. Piffy V, yo. Yeah, smoking every day. Definitely a vibe. But yes, my friends. Just she said the Cavalier, dudes in the trunk, hoopty. It was a whole vibe. It was definitely a whole vibe. Vanessa, yeah, that was the time. And speaking about like nostalgic memories, when I think about that, I think about the fashion. You were like the Pepe queen. You had Pepe G's everywhere, bro. That's definitely what I remember about you, love. I'm definitely but I appreciate you, baby girl, coming on the check-in. Squeeze your booty into the YouTube channel for sure. But I also see some love coming from YouTube. Shout out to Jason again. The lesson is who's rooting for you and who's booing you from the bleachers. Ooh, that's a good one. And I feel like that kind of falls into like the whole frenemies part. Is like, who is really in your corner, and that's what I'm saying. Like, who's a true friend? Is a supporter, is someone who listens. I'm here to listen and support. That's a great fucking friend. I used to pretend to have my hand slammed by the door by someone else and they would get scared. Yo, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Yo, the funniest thing I feel like that my dad used to do to me was that he would fart and walk away. He was like, Jasmine was just standing there. Mina was just standing there. Like, some wild shit. Fucking asshole. My dad used to definitely always do that. Why do adults do that? Every time adults fart, they blame it on the kid. Yo, I swear. They're like, oh, it was them. No, it wasn't. They don't fart like that.
What are you talking about, man?
But yeah, yo, the shit that we used to do as kids. Super experimental, for sure. I mean, if you guys have any topics or like things that you remember that you did as kids, please put them in the check-in, put them in the chat room. I want to talk about it for sure. But we're going to go ahead and transition out into another topic because, we got, Mina Mendoza always got a lot to talk about. So we talk about like nostalgia, what makes the cuffing, why is winter season cuffing season? And I guess this kind of entails with like nostalgia of being a kid. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be? Like if you could actually meet yourself like in person back in the day, like what advice would you give yourself? So I think like if I could give myself advice, I would definitely say, I'm not going to lie, I would start podcasting sooner. Like for sure. I think I would have definitely started that sooner. Like have some crazy archives. Like that's the only thing I could think of. That and invest in Bitcoin sooner. Invest in Bitcoin and know when to get out of Bitcoin. I think that's the goal. Because, I don't know where the Bitcoin thing is, but when that shit blew the fuck up, yo, we had people, billionaires, even though half of them are shot dead. I don't know what happened. No sé. Pero that would definitely be like, yo, invest on this wild shit called Bitcoin. Imagine explaining that type of currency to somebody, I don't know, maybe in 2012 when I was 22. And I feel like maybe that's when it had like a prototype, like it wasn't necessarily what it is now. But like imagine talking some shit like that. And back then, like it was like half a penny, if that's even anything. Almost free. So I would definitely invest in that. Invest in that, make more videos, and that would be my sponsorship for my shows and forever. I think that would be mine. If anybody could write for themselves, like what is some advice that you would give yourself? You know, let me know. Let me know. What's an advice that you would definitely give yourself to your younger self? I want to hear it. All right. I'm looking at the check-in right now. I'm kind of playing with it back and forth, so give me a little bit of grace, my friends. So here, let me look at YouTube because I see some activity. Trying to interact with y'all. Oh, shout out to Ray Pearson. Ew, Puerto Rican Poppy, let's go. Puerto Rican rapper Poppy, let's go. Hip hop shit. So Miss Thursday Night, you already know, Queen of Spice. So I would tell myself, you're going to hurt more than that heartbreak in 2004. I'm sorry for 2004. Yo, y'all remember that song? That's what I thought about. When you said that, that's what I thought about. Turn that pain into art. Your voice is your paintbrush and the world is your canvas. Yo, that could be on a shirt. That's pretty cool. That was dope, Ray. That was dope.
Yeah.
Who hurt you? Who fucking hurt you? Who fucking hurt you? Nah, chill. But like, you know what? It's always cool. It's like, damn, can I give myself advice about something that happened? Like, what would it be, you know? All right, we got some other topics to definitely talk about. I feel like, do you ever feel like, what do you do? Because I feel like this is something, again, with me. Because we're going to talk about a lot of positive things today. Because I feel like, you know, I don't always want to... I'm going to be spicy. But you could be spicy and positive, okay? Okay. Pero how do you motivate yourself? I feel like that's so important nowadays. Because I feel like a lot of people get sucked into the TikTok and they'll scroll, including myself, for hours. And it's like, damn, but like, how is that motivation? You're watching motivational shit, but how is that motivation? You feel me? So it's like, I'm curious, like, what do you do for motivation? Like, what do you do to put yourself in a better mood? One thing that I do, I'm going to be real, I'm going to cry. Yo, I'm going to be so real. If I feel sad about something, I got to cry at least for an hour, like get that whole cry out. And I think like naturally my body's like, Mina, like you can't do this no more. Like there's no more water left. So I think for me, I cry about it to a point where like my body naturally goes into like defense mode. Like, okay, what is the next step? And then that's when I feel like my mind gets a little bit more clear on what that guideline could be. And then I don't know, sometimes like one thing I tell people is like that I'm learning myself, learn to how to like look at it different the next day. And I feel like sometimes, and like straight up, like I'm not perfect. Like I'm an impulsive ass person. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Like shit, that's how I got my puppy. Like I was like, I'm getting a puppy. I got a puppy. Pero how do you keep yourself motivated? And I feel like that's so important. And remembering what you could do when you get into these moments. And I feel like, again, like tracing back, giving yourself a day and seeing how you feel, and if it's still the same way or if you could look at it from a different perspective. I feel like sometimes when things happen, you're very emotional at first, and it's natural to be emotional at first. You're gonna have all these feelings, you know, but emotional doesn't mean rational. And I feel like that's where the intellect has to come in. You feel me? And I feel like you do have to rest your mind to kind of, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're emotional, get all the emotions out. Like I cry so much where I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I can't keep crying anymore. Where now I literally, yo, it's crazy because I'll literally cry. So I go to sleep, but not like crying like, oh my God, but like, yo, I'm just fucking sad. But then the next day, I feel well rested, and I'm like, how do I feel about this? Can I change it? Can I do something different? And then that's when I feel like the rationality, that intellectual thinking comes to mind. It's like, okay, do you feel the same way? What are your tools and resources that you can do to combat this? Do you need to talk to somebody about this? And most importantly, is it under your control? Like, is this something that you're just going to have to wait naturally to just pass by? And I feel like that's so important. Like, when something happens, take a deep breath and be like, damn, like, I'm not going to die right now. Let me give myself 24 hours to see how I feel about it tomorrow. So I feel like that's very motivating, because sometimes when bad shit happens to us, you get so unmotivated, you're sad, but feel your feelings. And it's kind of what I said in the beginning, like, you gotta feel that shit, bro, and go from there. I feel like other ways of being motivated, especially like if you stop going to the gym, go back to the gym. But don't go back to the gym and go so hard. I feel like some people will go back to the gym like, I'm gonna run fucking 10 miles. No, bitch. Fucking chill the fuck out.
All right, everyone. Chill.
Yeah, Forrest, we're not running. So it's like, chill, yo. Take it easy. Take a walk for 3 miles. You could walk for 3 miles. Listen to your favorite playlist, If your gym has a pool, just jump in the fucking pool and like do a couple laps, nothing major, but take it easy. Love yourself more. But I do think working out is a great way to like release endorphins and think clearly, think positively. If you're not able to work out, one of the main things that is a beautiful thing that people should practice is taking a fucking walk. Now I got a puppy. I'm about to take all the walks, yo. It's like, I think that's super therapeutic, Take a walk. Take a walk for like 20 minutes and come back, Take that earth breathing. Ground yourself a little bit. Listening to music. But that could also be triggering. That's my whole thing. For me, music is like a triggering thing. Because I don't want to listen to music that have words that are going to make me sad again. I can't do that. I don't know why. I can't effing do that, yo. Like, if I'm sad, I can't listen to more sad things. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I like house music so much, because it's just, there's no words. So it's just like beats and shit. So it's just like, I don't know. It's cool. But if music is your thing, definitely listening to music, but just know what you're putting on. Be careful about putting your Spotify on like shuffle. Fuck around, a song comes out that is gonna mess with your head. But music, put on your favorite movie, binge watch your favorite Netflix show. If you saw that shit before, see that shit again. That's not a crime. I don't care. Do that shit again. The amount of times I see Inventing Anna is wild, and I'll keep seeing it. It just makes me feel good and shit. But like, yeah, if you guys have some ideas that you would like to share, this is a safe place, safe, spicy place. And it's the Spice Room. Yo, remember that channel? 90s kids know what I'm talking about. But let me know what y'all do to motivate each other. What do you do to motivate yourself, especially when you're at that point? Like, especially like burnout. Like, what do you do? I'm curious. I see some type of activity. I'm trying to be good. All right. So I see Ray. I would tell my younger self, don't let others discourage you from your dreams. They just weren't able to dream as big as you. Okay, Jason with the gems though. Ray Pearson, listening to music keeps me motivated. A lot of the stuff on social media is capped, so you gotta find that fire from within and keep that flame going. Inspiration causes more motivation. And that's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yo, shout out to Jennifer Yo, Spice. She knows what I'm talking about. Shit, yo, that was that fucking I wouldn't say bad channel, but everybody knew it. Everybody knew what that was about. Shout out to my millennials. Shout out to my 90, 80 babies. Y'all, maybe 2000 babies, but y'all know what that is. Y'all know what that is. Another thing too that I want to get into, stop people pleasing. Like, that was one of my biggest things, is like, I felt like it was hard for me to tell people no. And like, I'm learning how to do that more and more. And that goes into the situation of like putting yourself first. And that's like so important. Like, if if someone's asking you a favor or something and like you don't feel 100% confident at that moment, don't do that shit. That's like your body's natural instinct to be like, yo, nah, chill. Like, you know, stop people pleasing, you know, unless you want to do that specific thing for a person. But it's like, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to, like, you know, if you ain't, especially like if people invite you out and you don't got it like that, like, don't go broke for a night. Like, nah, like if you ain't got it like that, you ain't got it like that. Voice your shit. Yo, that part. Your true friends will understand and either take you out, but this, you know, there's limits to that too. Or like they can fucking chill with you on your level. You know what I mean? But stop like people pleasing. Like, please yourself. Please your mother effing self. Like, learn what you like to do. And that's the thing that is crazy. Like, self-love. Like, I know we see a lot of comments like that on TikTok and Instagram. But like, for real, do people really practice self-love? And that's why I feel like that intimacy within yourself, like learning how to hang out with yourself. Excuse me. I would love to turn off my phone for a whole day. Honestly, I would love to. I feel like I haven't done that in so long. And like, I would love to do that and just like, you know, like I almost think about it like in the 90s and like 2000s, early 2000s, you know, if you were out, you were out. Like, that's it, period. Like, it wasn't like people could find you or anything like that. And sometimes I feel like we're so glued to our phones. Like, you're surrounded by people all the time. Even if you're not with people, you're reading a comment by people, or you're looking at someone's timeline and seeing a whole bunch of people's. It's like, we're never alone. Like, that shit is wild. I almost feel like that cuffing season, they do that shit to you on purpose so you could buy like presents. Let me stop. To buy presents or like, I don't know, go on dates or whatever. I don't know. It's funny. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to transition. Damn, I never noticed. I have a lot of things to talk about because I'm like, how is it 7:38 already? That's good. That's good. I love shit like this. Okay. One thing that I want to talk about, and I want to see how y'all feel about this. Do you feel like, is texting a pure way of communicating? I want to know from your side. Because to me, I feel iffy about it. Like, texting for me, I don't know. Like, I feel like with texting, a lot of things can get lost in translation. And like, I'm a person that I am like really like super sensitive sometimes. So like, if you send me a message with an exclamation point, I'm gonna think you're screaming at me, like straight up. Like, I don't know. Or for real, like I feel like, I don't know, sometimes like messages could come off weird. And like, you know, sometimes it's cute for like quick little things. Treat it like quick little things. But like, I'm like, damn, like if you're out here sending novels, and I've been guilty of that, like sending novels and shit like that, it's like, yo, that shit's a lot. And like, I feel like that's definitely gonna get lost in translation. But like, what happened to calling? I don't know, like, why have people gotten so scared of calling? Like, I love FaceTime. I love calling. I want to hear your voice. Like, I feel like this generation, people are not even picking up the phone anymore. Like, at all. So it's just like, I don't know. Do you think, is texting a positive way to communicate? And to anybody, your friends. And I'm talking about like real communication. Like, if you want to have a real conversation with me, would you consider texting to be a real conversation? Or does it have to be on the phone or in person? I feel like the most genuine way is definitely in person. On the phone is like so if you had to like grade them, I would feel like in person is like A. On the phone is like BC, because you could also be short on the phone. And texting is like F. That's what I get it. That's what I get it as. That's what I get it as. All right. I'm seeing some activity. Let's go. When it comes to texting, if it's something that's serious, I'd rather speak on the phone so nothing is taken out of context. Facts, right? I feel the same way. I don't know, man. I just feel like texting can sometimes be weird. In fact, real convos happen in person and FaceTime. I need to see how you react, how you feel. Like, that's my whole vibe with that. So if anybody, you know, I'm all here. I'm open to ideas. Like, I want to learn something. Maybe there's something that we don't know. All right, let's jump into another topic though. So, another one is, would you leave your country? And I know that's probably a sensitive topic right now, but let me get to my point. So, I've lived in America all my life. You know, I was born here. I visited a lot of countries. I've definitely traveled. So I'm super cultured for sure. But would I actually leave my country? And if you were to leave this country, where would you go? When I thought about this question, I'm like, damn, if I really had to relocate, I think based off of language, if I had to move somewhere, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a safety thing, but I think I would move to Canada. I feel like Canada is like the next America. You know, I don't know. Like it first of all, they're right on top of us. I know it's cold, so maybe like I would see myself living in like maybe Vancouver. Like I think Vancouver vibe would be cool. You know, like would you, if you had to leave this country, would you leave this country? I don't think I would want to leave this country though, because I feel like America's fucking great. Do they do great things sometimes? No, but I feel like that's every country, you know. But I feel like I definitely, you know, I loved growing up in here. I'm proud to be an American. Like I actually am. Shout out to Matt Zaytoon. That gave me a deja vu. That's what you call it, deja vu, when something happens again. But thank you for that, Mark. But yeah, I don't think I would leave. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I would leave. I think America's cool. I'm just trying to think if there was another country. I know I said Canada. If I had to pick another country, where would I live in? Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just like I need to make sure that I'm gonna be like taken care of. Sometimes like when I go to different countries and I see like how they drive cars, that shit is scary. Like when I traveled to Mexico, I was scared of fucking crossing the street. Like I remember I was in a taxi cab in Colombia and he just got on the sidewalk. Like that shit was just normal. I was like, yo, like some Grand Theft Auto shit. I swear to God. So I'm like, and there's like no age for a license. I mean, maybe America's just too wild, you know? There's no age for alcohol. Like, I don't know. But it's like, I don't know. If I was in a different country, I don't know if I would be safe, feel safe driving a car. Yeah, I don't know. That's I was thinking also like, I heard that Copenhagen, wherever that is, but they said that what is one of the most happiest, positive places to live in the world, and Copenhagen pops up a lot. They say that they have like free insurance, a lot of like free resources and shit. Like they're all about like community-based things and shit. But Denmark, it's in Denmark. Shout out to Marv providing that answer. Yeah, like I've only heard positive things about Denmark, but I think there's a catch in living there and becoming a citizen. Like it's very strict. Like it's a little bit difficult. It's a little struggle bus and shit. But so is America, yo. To become a citizen in America, like you either gotta marry someone, get a worker's permit. I don't know. That shit is wild. So that's why I feel like people go through the marriage route, even though you still have to pay for that. That shit is mad money. But like, it's like wild. Like, you want to be in this country, $10,000. Like, that's just crazy. Like, I don't even got money. I'm coming here to make money. Like, what the fuck? That shit is wild. And obviously, you know, people take their other routes or whatnot. And I don't know. I'm grateful to be an American. So I think, like I said, like, I don't know if I would leave my country, but if I were to leave my country, it would definitely be for those locations.
Yeah.
Let me know. Marv, where will you move to if you could move, and like if you had to move out of America? Tokyo. Do you know how to speak Japanese?
I love anime.
And manga.
You would go there. You would go there. Go there with the whole Bravery family. Rocco too. Rocco. All right. Let's see. Because I feel like, oh my God, like it's down to 15 minutes. I want to get into like most of the topics, but I'm trying to have them cascade to each other. So I guess another thing we could talk about is, what's the worst name for a girl? I don't know. I think the common names get to me. No offense. And when I think of like common names, it's like Samantha, Stephanie, Vanessa, Ashley. Like, it's like these typical ass basic names. No offense. I'm so sorry for anyone that's named that. You know, it's always the like the names that end with an A or like a Y. It's interesting. But those aren't worst names for me. To me, the worst name I've ever heard, no offense, I'm going to leave this person nameless to protect the identity. We protect the innocent. So one time, I was like 16 years old, and it was definitely illegal, but we could talk about it now because the company went out of business. But me and my friend had to work in like one day, my uncle needed help one day to like, he does some inventory thing for something like for car parts or whatever. And like one day a year they would have like, they would need like extra hands or whatever. And me and my friend, shout out to Lola Lopez, we had to go under fake names to work there because we were 16 and like you have to be 18. So they gave us names, I guess, of other people. They shouldn't have done that, but whatever. They did it. And when they gave my friend her name, like I had like a typical ass name. I remember my name was Erica. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yo, when they gave her tag, yo, that shit said Josefefa. I was just like, what is that? Josefefa. I was like, what type of fucking name? Like this shit is just, that's just, yo, for real, Josefefa. Nah, man, you go to school with that name, you're getting fucking joked on. Like, is that, oh no. I remember I heard that name, I couldn't get over it. I was like, damn, they couldn't have. I will always remember that. I've never heard of a name like that. I was like, yo, Josefefa. And I want to hear from y'all. What do you think is the most ugliest name on a girl? Let me know. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. All right, let's get into like a couple more topics. So, one thing that I feel like we could talk about is aging. Because I feel like, you know, I'm not saying I'm getting old. I feel like I'm getting younger. But I do feel like people's perception on aging is very negative. Super negative. And I was thinking about this topic because when I was on a guest of the City of Podcast, shout out to Mr. Riggs again, that came apart where Chris, the nonprofit like organizer for Strangers for Strangers, I was like talking and he asked me, he's like, how old are you? And when I told him my age, he was like, oh wow, like you're very like humble, like not humble, but like he said wise or something like that. So it kind of just like, I don't know, like I feel like when we're younger, like I feel bad when I was like 18 years old and then when I would hear someone be like, oh, I'm 30 and I'd be like, oh, you're old as hell. I'm so sorry for all those people I said you old as hell. And I feel like every man or woman or they, you know, has done that. We were like probably, and maybe that was like another thing that I should have added, things that we used to do when we were kids. Like they would tell us that age. It's like, oh, you old as hell. And then like, now that you're that age, it's like, no, I'm really not. So I feel like learning to embrace the age bracket that you're in. You know, I feel like anywhere below 15, you're still in that child philosophy phase. Like I feel like you're still playful, you're still playing with games. Like it's almost like you're not getting that anticipation to grow up. But for some reason, I think once the age of 15 hits, I think maybe because we go to high school and it's like that step before college, it's like you start thinking more grown. Like you want to think about getting a license. And I remember like before turning 18, like I'm going to get an apartment when I was 18. Yeah, the fuck not. Like that shit did not happen the way I was thinking it's going to happen. Yo, for real, for real. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like any age before 15, you're a child. From 15, I think, to 24. That's always an interesting age. I feel like from 15 to 20, that's a cool age. Damn, if I really had to think, 15 to 18. Because I feel like when you're 18, technically by law, you're an adult. Nowadays, you can't even do shit when you're 18. Because I think now you got to be 21 to smoke cigarettes. But that phase is always like, you're kind of getting serious, but you're not. But the minute you turn 21, I swear to God, I have never noticed how fast years pass by. Like, so fucking fast. And I feel like your 20s is like it's like weird. It's like, it's that age group where you're just like, oh, I got time. Like, I found myself always saying like, oh, I got time. And then when you hit your 30s, it's like, damn, I don't got that much time. So like, I don't know. Like, I feel like aging, if I could go back again, like, and give me that advice, I would tell myself in my 20s, start podcasting sooner. Don't think you have that much time. And I feel like that was one of my mistakes. Like, I feel like I procrastinated a lot of ideas and things I wanted to do because I kept pushing it because I'm like, oh, I'll do that. Like, I got years until I could do that. I don't know. Tell me how y'all felt. Like, did y'all feel the same way? Like, oh, I'll wait to get that serious job. And next thing you know, 5 years go by and it's like, you don't got that serious job yet because you keep procrastinating it. And I don't know, like, embrace the thing. Like, you know, I remember when I first saw my gray hair, I was like, that was such a sad moment for me. I was like, what the fuck? Because it's like, you know, it's just gonna keep going, you know. And I got my first gray hair when I was 25. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, for real. I was not a big fan of that. All right, so I see some check-in. I see some love in the check-in. Oh, Amanda Panda, what up, best friend? I was just talking about you, best friend. I said that you're my true friend because you don't judge me and you love me and you listen to me. And that's a real friend. She said France or Greece for the food. LOL. Yo, facts. I don't know about France though. Has anybody seen the TikTok videos about France? They have a bed bug problem. Like, bad. Like, if you look at those videos and shit, they're like saying how everything in France is like carpeted because it's been carpeted forever. So like, these things have been living in that fucking island like forever. Like, not island, but whatever it is. They have like a huge bed bug infestation. So they're saying like be careful with traveling. Like, check your luggage, do all that. For sure. Greece sounds dope though. I love fucking Greek food. Oh my God. The tzatziki sauce, that fucking white sauce they have, fucking banging, yo. That shit is so good. I'll use that shit on everything. I think I want a gyro for dinner now. For sure. I'm so easily influenced. See, I'm impulsive. I will get a gyro later. Watch my Instagram. Watch me get a gyro later. Follow the Queen of Spice. Queen #0 Spice. I'm gonna get that gyro for real. I'm gonna get that gyro with like Greek fries. If y'all never had Greek fries, y'all ain't living. Listen, for real, it's like lemon juice with like some rosemary, oregano shit, and yo, that shit's good. Shit's the bees and knees right there. Amanda, I pull my grays. Facts, I love you no matter what. I don't know, Biff. She's like, France has a real good water program. Yo, don't come for me. But when you said that, why do French people... Okay, why does the French... I don't want to say French people. Why does the French language always sound like they're drowning? Huh? No, for real. And I'm going to just say an example. Au revoir. Or... Like, it just sounds like they're blowing bubbles out their mouth. Like, am I bugging? I don't know. Like, what's another French word? Geez, I'm not French. But when you hear full-blown French conversations, that was something that I always picked up when I was a child. From where? I don't know. But the French language always sounds like they're drowning. So it's funny that you said they have a clean water system. They use it. Now let me stop. Yo, Greek fries are the go. And yes, we do need to go back to Archetypus. Shout out to Archetypus. That's one of my favorite fucking restaurants. It's a cave in Edgewater. It's BYOB2. It's really cool. We should do a bravery night in Archetypus, Marv. It's actually really cool. It's a giant cave. Oh, okay. But it's cool though. It's pretty cool. They have this hummus plate. Oh my God. If I ever go with anyone there, we might order that as an appetizer, but I'm eating it by myself. Like, you gotta order your own. No, I'm that serious. That's what I love myself. Learn to say no. I'm not people pleasing. That shit, yo, for real. I ordered that. Yo, for real. Halloween shit. I ordered that appetizer from myself, and maybe I'll give you one little pita, but that's it. Not sharing that shit, yo. Not sharing. No sharing. Yo, I'm coming. You ain't going nowhere with your sick ass. Amanda, stay where you're at. Stay where you're at, you sickie. I hope you get better soon, friend. I hope you get better soon. All right, so we talked a little bit about aging. I have 4 minutes left. One little more topic. I guess this is a good one. I guess if I'm trying to like put these, because that's something I learned with the podcast. Like, you have to be very careful how you word things, because you want to word things in a neutral way. So I guess I'm trying to do this and make sure I don't hurt anyone's feelings. If I were to, there you go. How do you handle motivation and time management? I was like not trying to use the word lazy or anything like that. And I feel like time management is a big thing, especially with keeping yourself motivated. Like, that's what I mean. Like, scrolling through TikTok for mad hours. Like, you just spent 4 hours. Like, if you're getting the fucking, and everybody knows that thing, because I've seen her. Like, she pops up and like, as you're swiping, like, is your thumb tired? I'm like, damn, if I got TikTok sending me ads asking me if I'm okay. It's like when Netflix, when you leave it on, are you still watching this? Yo, and that shit is happening while you're scrolling through the fucking TikTok too. That's happened to me a couple times. But for real, time management, like learning how to turn off certain things and keep yourself on schedule. Like for real, like giving yourself more structure. Like for me, it's to-do lists. Like, I love making to-do lists. I love making a list for myself for the day, because I have like major ADHD, and the satisfaction of crossing out the task. I feel so accomplished. I'm like, I'm getting my life together. I swear to God. And that's how I love feeling, because my ADHD ass would be like, oh, I got to do this. If I'm not writing this shit down or putting an alert on my phone, I'm going to forget about it. It's terrible. But time management for real, being realistic with yourself. Like, if you gotta do something, choose it on a day that allows you to execute 100%. Like, when people be like, yo, I gotta do this, oh, I'll do it right after this. Why?
Do it!
Like, but for real, like, do it another day. Don't do it that day, because you might not execute it the way you need to, because you're only giving like 25% of yourself, because you already spent that 75% on other things. So that's what I'm saying. Like, learn how to manage your time correctly, but also learn how to manage your time to rest. And that's one of the other major things. In order to stay motivated, you do have to carve out that time to not think and not do shit. It's the beauty of doing nothing. There is a beauty in that, and doesn't have to be lazy. You're lazy when you got shit to fucking do. But if you're getting things done, stop overworking yourself. Stop, learn how to just chill in bed and then just hang out, just like make your favorite food or order that favorite food from Uber Eats. Like, do something that's going to make you happy. The beauty of doing nothing. I think that's amazing. That sounds awesome. That's actually sounds like pretty cool for a hat or shirt. Yeah. Said it first. All right. So we are at 8:00, my friends. Everybody that has tuned in with me today, whether you're watching it on Facebook, if you are watching it on Facebook, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So make your booty towards YouTube, the Mina Mendoza Show. Also, anybody who is watching on the YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Share it. Amazing content. Next week, we are going to have a amazing artist that actually was part of the Urban Artist Showcase. They were doing the photography in the M, but it's going to be a little surprise. Definitely check out my Queen of Spice Instagram to see updates and things that are going to happen. And also, for anybody that wants to collaborate, network, possibly be a guest on the show, reach out to me. I am approachable. Send me a DM. Show that love. Like, I want to be able to build that community, and if you got something to say, what's up, let me know. We can make shit happen right here in Bravery Studios. All right, but I have the gift of gab. I'm gonna stop talking my ish. Everybody that supported me today on this episode, Facebook, IG, YouTube, thank you so much. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my puppy. Shout out to everybody, yo. Shout out to everybody in the world right now. You guys are amazing. So that's about it. You know, it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of mother effing spice. Marv, take us out of here.